Never mock a pain that you have never felt. Never mock a pain that you have never felt. So I have been seeing this video on the internet since morning of Queen May addressing the women at their women retreat in Doha, and speech had everyone there in that room crying. It made them very emotional and everyone was crying. So in the video that I saw, I went to the comment section and I saw a lot of things that people were saying concerning Queen May, and one or two of such comments are, she's doing too much, must she cry, this, that, is she the first to lose her husband, is she this, is she that, why is she doing too much, must she cry everywhere she goes? And I'm like, how insensitive has people become? Now this video, I want to share with you the stages of grief. And to talk about grief, different people grieve differently. Yes, they have time for grieving. In fact, the duration people grieve differs with different individuals. That you can go through something and come out of it in a month doesn't mean that some other person will go through the same thing and come out of it that same month. It might take years for someone to come out of the same grief or the same pain that you have experienced. All right, so these are the stages of grief, because whether you like it or not, Queen May is grieving. First, she lost her husband in the most humiliating and embarrassing way. Then secondly, she lost her first child. So whether you like it or not, she's grieving. It doesn't matter how long it has, it has lasted, but she's still grieving. So I'm going to take you through the stages of grief. Number one stage of grief is denial. That stage where you are just all over, your emotions are just all over the place. You don't know what to feel, you don't know how you're feeling, but to deny that this thing is actually happening to you, it looks like it's a dream. You're in denial. It's a stage where you're not accepting what is going on, your experience. You're not accepting it. You're in denial. You don't want to accept it. In fact, there's so many emotions running through your mind. You don't just come to terms with what is going on with you. That is number one stage of grief. Number two stage of grief is anger. That time where the situation makes you get so angry. Some people will have an outburst, extreme anger, anxiety, and some other persons will go into isolation. Anger is the second stage of grief. Yes, you see people, when things happen to them, they just come out on social media, just like Annie Idibia will come out on social media. She will have an outburst. But someone like Queen May, at that stage of her grief, she went into isolation. That's why for everything anyone was saying on social media, she wasn't replying, she wasn't responding, she just stayed on her own. She was just indifferent. She didn't know what to say, she didn't know what to, she just went into isolation. That was a stage of anger. When that thing happened, when the husband brought out the second wife, all she could say is, God will judge the both of you. That is anger. Yes, that is anger. She was angry. I mean, she would have gotten a win of what was going on, and she was in denial until the husband posted it and she got angry. And after she said that, she went into isolation. Everything that everyone else was saying, she didn't respond to it. That is the second stage of grief. The third stage of grief is bargaining. Yes, trying to postpone the outcome of the situation you're in, your experience. Is bargaining. You're trying to postpone it. You're not trying to, own it. You're not owning it. You want to postpone the emotions. You're just finding ways to, block it off your mind. That is the third stage of grief. Number four stage of grief is depression. It is a state of heaviness of the heart and a deep sadness after experiencing a loss. I could say that Queen May is in that stage. Yes, even if she's going all over the place, doing her thing, you cannot take away the fact that there is that deep sadness. That's why when she goes to a place where she will have to, express herself and vent, you see her crying. Yes, you see her crying. She's depressed in a way, even if she's trying so hard. She's a strong woman. A lot of people that have gone through the things that she is going through or has gone through would not have found themselves by now. But thank God she has platforms that has given her the opportunity to actually express herself, and that's why whenever she's given the opportunity to express herself, you see her crying. She's in that stage of depression where she feels so much heaviness in her heart and deep sadness for the loss that she has experienced. Yes, that is the stage that she is right now. And the final stage of grief is a stage of acceptance, where you just make up your mind that, okay, this thing has come to stay, this is what it is. You just find a resting place, you just find succor, you just find ways to accept the situation and leave it. Do you understand? I would say this for free. Some of us have gone through things that can ordinarily, make someone end their lives. But you know what? There's something that I realized in life. It is a tree that has fruits that stones are being thrown at. Yes, there is a reason people go through the things that they go through, especially when they have a purpose in life, when they have a purpose for certain things. God just allows them go through certain experiences so that when they come out and start manifesting that purpose, they will have first-hand experience of the things that they will, use to heal other people. My pastor will say something: the soup in the pot is not meant for the pot, but it is meant for other people. The experience that you are having, learn the lesson and use it to heal other people. People grieve differently. So I will say this and I will say it again. Please cut Queen May some slack. Let her grieve for as long as she can grieve. I would say this again and again and again. Don't judge the pain that you have never felt, else life will teach you in the most unexpected way. Thank you, and I hope this message has helped you. Thank you for watching and have a wonderful day. Bye.